He was arrested in Los Angeles last night while they're trying to cover the Grammy Awards. Lemon's arrest comes after he entered a St. Paul, Minnesota church earlier this month during an anti-ICE protest. And a new Harris poll says portrayals of religion in American television and movies are not turning away viewers. The national survey gauged audience reactions to expressions of faith when they appeared in mainstream shows. The survey found 77% of consumers agreed that the inclusion of faith was broadly appealing. For more news with a Catholic perspective, visit EWTNnews.com. Take Two with Jerry and Debbie starts now.
Hello there, and happy Friday to the Take Two family. This is your show, Take Two, with Jerry and Debbie and you. So you are the most important person. I'm Debbie Georgianni, and I'm excited about this show. This is the show we've been waiting for all month long. It is our Unscripted. This is where we clean up everything that we couldn't finish for all of the weekday shows for January. So this is kind of a catch-all show. You can bring anything to the table, talk about relationships, talk about something, a previous topic that we addressed. If you were on the line when the show ran out, the show clock ran out, then you can call back and say, hey, Matt, I was on the line during when I was going to tell everybody the favorite concert that I went to yesterday, and the hour was over. Put me to the front of the line, please. And Matthew will happily do that because he is so good about that. He wants to make sure everybody gets their time on air with us. You can suggest a future topic. We love that because we are filling the March calendar already. February is almost done. We filled it. We try to stay like 3 weeks, a month ahead. So March calendar, if you want to talk about Lent, we can do that. Any of the other topics, I'll happily revisit them, but it's unscripted. So anything that's, well, pretty much anything. Come on, within reason. Anything that's on your mind or heart or you want to talk about, I'm here to listen, to chat, maybe give some pointers on a few different things, a different perspective, whatever works for you. We are family. So please, if you're listening, you hear the sound of my voice. We are live today taking your calls, and we want you to definitely participate. You don't have to be Catholic, and please don't get started with your weekend yet. I know I want to get started with mine already. I get it, but I need you to stop what you're doing. Oh, there goes the lines. That's so nice. People are calling in. You're wonderful. The Take Two family always shows up. So this is Unscripted for January. We'll do this again at the end of February. So we do need you to participate. Anything you want to talk about, this is the episode to do it. 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. We have Matt on the phones. He does a phenomenal job. We have Michael at the controls, our wonderful producer, and Rich is on social media. I'm waving to everybody. Thanks, you guys, on all the chats. It was so nice of you. You guys have been praying for me to get better. I'm better. I feel great. So thank you so very much. And be sure to check out the new EWTN YouTube channel. And while you're there, click on subscribe. Follow us there, please. There's great Catholic content added every day. You can also follow us on Jerry and Debbie Facebook page. We love to post things there after the show, especially if something comes up or there's a really cool story that has come in. And you can always follow me on Debbie at Debbie Georgianni. I would love to make friends, and that's wonderful. And we grow the family there as well. Tomorrow, just a heads up, tomorrow is the Spirit World, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. And Adam and I, it's an open forum tomorrow. So any questions about angels, demons, anything in between, you can go ahead and call the Spirit World tomorrow. But I want to hear from you today, talking anything unscripted. So you just bring it to the table, whatever you want to talk about. We did do all about relationships this month, 2 prayer shows. We did the joke show. You can tell me a funny joke. I love that. You can tell the whole world about the concert, the favorite concert you went to that you just always remembered. You could share something about the faith, the Eucharist. We do the real presence. first Fridays of every month. Miracles, you could tell us a miracle, a big miracle, small miracle. I understand Saint Charbel has been very active lately, so more miracles are attributed to his intercession, which is so amazing. So we can talk about that. We could talk about something that's going on at your parish, something in your community, something at work. Or if you just, want to just chat and just share something that maybe you read and you want to just, have a big worldwide audience to tell it to, well, this is the time to do it. Don't wait till the end of the show because we're going into the weekend. And so you're definitely going to be left on the line. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to call in early and participate in this monthly Unscripted. Jerry will be back on Monday. Remember, he's in classes at the seminary, so he joins us whenever he can. And that's wonderful. And we're journeying with him we feel like we're journeying with him into the priesthood. So God willing, he'll be a priest in a couple of years. We're very excited. I wonder if we're going to have to change the name of the show to Take Two with Father Jerry and Debbie. I guess we're going to have to do that. Okay, it's kind of interesting. So we can even explore that and talk about that as well. 833-288-EWTN. Again, that's 833-288-3986. Just a warning, I get a little punchy on Fridays. I just do. I've always loved Fridays. I think it's because I went to Catholic school. This is the end of Catholic Schools Week. We can talk about Catholic education. That would be wonderful. We could talk about honoring the deacons, right? We thank the deacons. How about our priests, the religious? All sorts of things we can talk about because this is the catch-all show, the episode today that I love, Unscripted. It's so much fun because you never know what to expect. I don't have all the answers, but I've been in ministry for a very long time. I was figuring it out the other night. I think it's not necessarily full-time, but I've been in ministry for 40 years, full-time for a long time, 30 years. So I've been there. I'm old. What can I say? But I'm young at heart. Okay. I like to have a lot of fun. So will you please call in and share from your heart today with the Take Two family before you start the weekend, and then I'll release you. Okay. You can go start your weekend and have fun. Also, I brought the prayer book out because I'm already getting comments that people want to add prayers. They're going into the weekend. So I'll happily add prayers to the book ahead of time before Whom or What Are You Praying For, which is Monday. Okay, and then, yeah, that's right. Where you have Monday is Whom or What Are You Praying For? Everybody's like, really? Already? Yes, it's the beginning of the month. We have 2 prayer shows. So please call in. Just remember, if you want us to pray specifically by first name, just give us the first name of that person. If you have something to say and you don't want to use your real first name, give us your confirmation name or a name that you wish that your parents always gave you. Okay, that's simple. Or your middle name, something like that. All right, so the phone lines are really lighting up. That's great. We're going to get to Tom first from Nebraska when we come back, and then the others in the order that they came in. So please dial in. You'll get right into the first set of calls, and then you'll be in the queue to just slip into the discussion for this monthly Unscripted here at 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. I'll be right back.
On EWTN News In Depth, the shooting of Alex Preddy escalates tension and controversy over Trump's immigration crackdown in Minneapolis. The head of the U.S. Bishops' Conference urges calm and peace. And reforming higher education. We talk to the Catholic provost of Dartmouth.
Join us for EWTN News In Depth this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on EWTN Radio and television.
Journey with Jesus as Father Joseph guides you through the practical wisdom and insights of In His Sandals, a book written by EWTN foundress Mother Angelica. Sign up at EWTN.com/InHisSandals today.
January is the month dedicated to the most holy name of Jesus. St. Thomas Aquinas observed, "The name of Jesus possesses great and manifold power, for it is to those repenting a refuge, to those who are sick a remedy, to those fighting life's battle a shield of defense, to those praying a help and consolation, because it obtains pardon for sin, strength of body and of mind. Join us in this devotion to the most holy name of Jesus, with books, rosaries, devotional candles, litanies, and statues, available at EWTNRC.com.
Well, this is our Unscripted show. We've had a couple people on the lines, and then you dropped off. You're welcome to call back because I'm spending the hour with you today, and I'd love to have you participate. So if you do feel a prompting of the Spirit, you don't have to be Catholic to call in. Please dial this number at 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. Please call right now. Don't wait till the end of the show because this hour goes by very, very quickly. I just wanted to remind everybody that tomorrow is the feast of Saint John Bosco. He's the founder of the Salesians. That's after the teaching and the philosophy of Saint Francis de Sales. Amazing saint, Saint John Bosco, the patron saint of educators and teachers and the youth. And he was so good at the mission work of treating the body and soul. Just amazing what St. John Bosco contributed to our spiritual life and the world. It's just fabulous. And the one thing that I just wanted to add, because so many of you know that I studied angels for so many years, there was always this story about the mysterious dog that was the protector of St. John Bosco. Grigio was the dog's name, and they've always kind of attributed to an angelic protection. It's very interesting. There's many stories around St. John Bosco. Please learn about these great saints when we highlight them. And tomorrow is his feast day. I'm certainly going to celebrate because I just think he's an incredible saint. And especially for those of us, he's also the patron saint of Catholic publishers, which is so cool, and young apprentices. So it's really, really a wonderful way we can learn about the saints and the details of their lives. And you can even call up and tell us your favorite saint. I'd love to hear from you. So that's just for tomorrow, just a reminder of feast days, because we're not going to be live tomorrow, although I'll be live tomorrow on the Spirit World. Okay, I'm going to move to Tom in Nebraska. Tom is on Spirit Catholic Radio. Hi, Tom. Welcome to Unscripted.
Yeah, how are you today, Joey?
I am doing great. Thank you, Tom, for asking.
I hope there in Arizona you're keeping warm, because it's only 9 degrees here now.
Ooh.
It got down to 13 below overnight. So,
well, you guys are strong. You guys are strong, though. You're in Nebraska. You guys can handle it. So yes.
I guess so. We get it all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, they always say, "Wait a minute, the weather will change."
Yeah.
But I called today for a new topic for you.
Okay.
Is how did you get your first or middle name?
Mm-hmm. I love it.
I wanted to tell you a little story how I got mine.
Okay, go right ahead.
I was born, I'm 85 years old, but I was born in January during a blizzard. And I was born at home. Only my brothers and sisters. I come from a family of 13. I'm the middle child.
Mm-hmm.
So all I had was my older brothers and sisters, and I had my mother, and she had her sister, my aunt,
mm-hmm.
who actually delivered me. The doctor couldn't make it to the house to the next day after I was born. And in fact, a fire truck had to bring them to the house. The snow was so deep. But I found this out many years after I was born. I researched my name.
Mm-hmm.
I only found I was the only Thomas till you go back to the 1700s. And I asked my mother, why am I named Thomas? And I says, everybody else has an uncle, an aunt, parents, grandparents, somebody they were named after.
Right.
And she says, well, when you were born, she told me about the blizzard and everything, and she says that when the doctor did get there the next day, he examined me, and he says, I hope you made any arrangement that you need to make. If you want to name the child, fine. If you need to baptize them, whatever, I would recommend you do so. He probably won't live more than a few hours.
Oh.
And proved him wrong.
85 years later, yeah.
But so she says they thought about it a while, and she said, we're going to call him Thomas Michael. And so my aunt baptized me and gave me the name Thomas Michael. And I asked, well, why Thomas? You were named after the Apostle Thomas, doubting Thomas. Everybody doubted you would live.
Oh.
So we named you Thomas. But given you the name Michael after the archangel because we wanted you to fight this. And Michael was a fighter.
Wow.
So that's basically how I got my name.
I love that story, Tom. That is a beautiful story. You know, I'm sorry your mother had to go through that, you know, to think that she was going to have to say goodbye to her child. But I loved how she quickly went to a Thomas Michael, you know, because and then to give you that powerful Saint Michael middle name, you know, to fight, you know, to really fight to be here. And 85 years later. So you just celebrated another birthday. When were you born?
Last weekend.
Last weekend, yeah. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah, it's like I say, I should have been dead a number of times. I outlived probably 2 cats.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've been struck by lightning, I've been shot, I've been through explosion, fell off a 4-story building. I mean, I should have been dead many, many years ago. So Thomas Michael must have been a good name.
Absolutely. See what I said at the beginning of the call, Tom? You guys are strong. You're strong, Tom. And that's so amazing. I put it down. Actually, our producer already put it on the calendar. We're going to do the show, Tom, and we'll credit you for that. And thank you. And I hope you listen it'll probably be towards the end of February, March, but I hope you listen to the show. And
I
if you
listen every night. I don't get a chance to listen that much during the day, but I have. My radio has only got one station, that's EWTN.
Oh, good.
And I turn it on when I go to bed. And it's on all night long, so I wake up, I can sit there, and there's a rosary going on, there's a prayer, there's something going on. So
Right.
I like that. It helps me a lot to sleep and relax and that sort of thing. So
yeah. And Tom, we can keep you company late at night because our show encores late at night. So,
like I say, that's the first, because I go to bed about the time it comes on at 11 o'clock. And first thing I do when I walk into the bedroom, turn the radio on.
Oh, Tom, thank you so much. Boy, you put a huge smile on my face. Thank you so very much.
Good.
And I'm going to send you some Arizona sun up to Nebraska, okay? So to give you a little warmth up there. Stay warm, Tom.
Problems with respiratory problems during this winter. It's really bothering me. So I would appreciate that.
Okay.
And may the Holy Mother smile upon you and the blessed Lord walk at your side.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you so much. God is so good to bring us all together with this wonderful platform of Take Two, the Take Two family. Thank you, Tom. God bless you. And I've got you in the prayer book. Call us again anytime. Wow, that was an amazing call. And Tom suggested a fabulous show that we were going to do. How did you get your first or middle name? I love that. So thank you again, Tom from Nebraska. See, that's how it's done. If you have something on your mind, your heart, you want to talk about, this is the show to do it. If you were left on the line from a previous show, you were just sitting there waiting to get on air with us and time ran out, you can call back and we will inch you up to the front of the line, okay? 833 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. If you have a question about the faith, you want to talk about something, a relationship that is just gone bad and you just don't know what to do, or a relationship that you want to praise. Maybe you're in the doghouse in your relationship, right? And so you want to use this platform to just shout to the world how much you love your wife or your husband. Yeah, go ahead. It's fine. Then you can always save it, and it could help you help you to create a better relationship in the future. You got to have a sense of humor, or give me your best clean joke. Okay. Well, I love that too, going into the weekend, because I think it's wonderful to laugh and just keep a lighthearted sense of humor in this very heavy world that we live in. Okay. Elise is up next in Angola, Indiana on Annunciation Radio. Hi, Elise. Welcome to the program. Elise, are you with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, now I can. Nice and loud, please. Go right ahead.
Great. Yeah, so I wanted to tell you about a concert that I went to many years ago that was really important to me. I missed that show the other day.
Oh, but, good. Yeah, tell us.
Yeah. So I'm a big classical music fan. I love it. And it turned out that the city, it's about an hour and a half east of me, their symphony orchestra was going to be putting on a program that just so happened to have three of my big favorites. So one of them is Hector Berlioz. He's a French Romantic period composer. And then Franz Liszt is another composer from that time, piano guy. Mm-hmm. And then Rachmaninoff from kind of the turn of the century. Right. And then the last one was Saint-Saëns. I think that's how you pronounce it, Camille Saint-Saëns. But anyway, these four guys, I just happened to love them all, and they were all on one bill together. And the theme of the program, what united all the music, was the Dies Irae chant, which is from the Latin funeral mass, a really famous old Gregorian chant tune that it's just been used throughout pop culture, movie music, and everything. Just a really simple but kind of ominous little musical motif. And every one of these musical pieces that they played involved that in some way, or was inspired by it, or used it in some way. Wow. So I just got to sit there and listen to all these favorites of mine, and all the music was fantastic. There is even, so Rachmaninoff, I think probably one of his most famous pieces is a Rhapsody on a Theme of Paganini, which, interesting, Tom brought up the names, because my name is Elise, and my parents named me partly after a movie character in the movie Somewhere in Time, which was filmed on Mackinac Island, and it's a kind of a romantic time travel movie. Mm-hmm. And her favorite piece in that movie, Elise's favorite piece, is this Rhapsody by Rachmaninoff. And it pops out of the texture of this music. And it's part of this larger work, but so all of the rest of the work has kind of an angular, sharp sound. And then all of a sudden, right in the middle, there's this lush, beautiful, like just heart-wrenchingly beautiful melody. Mm. And it was something that I'd loved my whole life, that was important to me, that was sort of connected to my name and my identity in a way. So to hear it live, and in the midst of this program that had so much to love about it already, I mean, I just got goosebumps. I still get goosebumps when I remember. I got to sit there and listen to it live. And there's just something about classical music live. Even if you're not a fan the way I am, you can tell I'm a big fan. But when you hear a classical piece performed live, it really reverberates through you, and it's worth experiencing no matter what kind of music you like. So that's my musical moment from the past. That was probably about 10 years ago now, but I'll never forget it.
Well, at least, it's so interesting that you're talking about it. I don't know how I think you listen often to Take Two. I've mentioned several times that Somewhere in Time is one of my favorite movies. Jane Seymour and Christopher Reeve. Anytime I'm ever feeling like I just want to, I don't know, just go into just something and forget about the world, I always put on Somewhere in Time. I just love it. And I didn't realize that piece was playing in there. So now I'm going to have to go back and listen. Yes. Yeah, that is so cool. But I have to tell you, Elise, as you were speaking, you remind me so much of my sister Marianne. My sister Marianne has such a strong appreciation for classical music, just like you do. And she says the same thing. When she goes and hears them live, she's transported into a whole nother realm. It's unbelievable. And I love how you shared that, because to me, what that tells me is it expands the imagination. It expands the mind. And God wants us to experience that. He wants us to use more of our senses, more of our understanding, more of our grasp of the beautiful things that we can hear and take in. It is absolutely amazing. And music, especially classical music, as you know, Elise, when they tell women who are pregnant, play classical music for your children in the womb, because it's going to make them, more receptive and smarter and all these kinds of things. It is so true what music can do to our spirit. Elise, you captured it and shared it so beautifully.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my mom started me out young. She would call it Mozart time, and it was kind of a pun because we would be making art, like finger painting or whatever, but she'd be playing Mozart music in the background.
Wow.
So that's probably the beginning of my love for this whole thing.
Yeah. Isn't that funny that you remember that your mom's got you started and it's funny because my dad is the one who got us started in classical music. My mom was kind of like a rock and roll type person. She loved to dance. My dad was into classical music. So it was hilarious. They were like oil and water, but it was fun. But Elise, that is so awesome. Thank you so much. What a great contribution. And that was from yesterday's show on your favorite concert that you've been to. And we had other folks that called in about classical music as well. Elise, you're awesome. Thank you. Call us again. You're a regular contributor to Take Two and a valued member of the family. I love that. So if you want to share your favorite concert like Elise did, please do so. It's fascinating. Or how you got your name, like Tom and Elise shared. That is so cool. I love how Unscripted just organically unfolds, and it's really led by the Holy Spirit. So if you have something to say, call us 833-288-3986. I'll be right back.
Choose to find peace in this busy and loud world with the help of EWTN favorite Marcus Grodi. In his deeply reflective yet practical book, Learning Contentment, Marcus offers you spiritual wisdom and down-to-earth guidance for anchoring your soul in God's peace and purpose. With his trademark warmth and humility, Marcus draws on scripture, saints, and everyday life stories to show how true joy begins not with escaping from the world, but with seeking and embracing God's presence within it. Learn ways to nurture joy in marriage and family life, keys to simplifying your life while growing in virtue, the power of the Beatitudes, and much more. Learning Contentment by Marcus Grodi, the latest release from EWTN Publishing. Now available at EWTNRC.com or call 205-271-2990.
On the next Beacon of Truth, making a gift of yourself to others in Soulful Psalm 51.
I'm Deacon Harold Burke Sivers, and I invite you to join me for Beacon of Truth.
I firmly believe that prayer is communication with God. And if we know that God is a loving Father, why wouldn't we want to talk to God?
Yourself to others in Soulful Psalm 51.
Now back to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
Okay, I am loving how this Unscripted is turning out today. To just finish up January, we're turning the page, going into February, and don't forget, just a couple weeks away is the start of Lent. So if you want to talk about how you're getting ready for Lent, please, you can do that as well. This is Unscripted. Anything from past shows, you want to suggest future shows, you want to talk about something that's bothering you, you want to share something, you have no one else to talk to, well, I'm here. So please call 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. I'll go back to the phones. Jackie's up next from North Carolina on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Jackie. Welcome.
Hi. How are you?
Doing well. Jackie, talk nice and loud. Get really close to your mic there.
How's that?
Yep, much better. Go right ahead.
I was listening to your show yesterday, and I believe you had parents that called you that had trouble with their older children not being well, not wanting to come home and let their parents help them. And I heard of a book on EWTN, believe it or not, television, about St. Monica. And it was, What Would St. Monica Do? And it is by Ascension Press. And it was just a wonderful book, it sounds like. It is, as the priest was saying, not so much about what Augustine was doing. It was, where was Monica's faith? In that she was chasing him all over the world, and she was praying for him, but she wasn't, in her prayers, she couldn't quite believe that she could get her son to come back to the church. So it's about Augustine's faith, but more or less about Monica's also. So I thought that would help the parents.
I love that. So it's What Would St. Monica Do by Ascension Press, and you said you heard it on EWTN?
I did, and I think it's What Would Monica Do?
Oh, what would Monica do?
Yes, I believe that's it.
Okay, what would Monica do? I love that. You know, it's so interesting because as parents and grandparents, when we have kids that have gone astray or chose to go no contact or, you know, estranged or something of that nature, it's very interesting, the journey, very interesting. And, you know, a lot of people speculate on how St. Monica dealt with it and what she went through and stuff, and how she never fully saw the completion of St. Augustine and all the wonderful things that he did and has, and in his conversion has done for the church. Is so beautiful. But, you know, the funny thing about that, Jackie, I just wanted to say is, I think sometimes as parents and grandparents, we get so caught up in the sadness of what has transpired, we forget that this is a journey. It's a journey of faith. It's a step-by-step daily conversion. It's a chance to become mature and enlightened in all sorts of ways. But sometimes parents and grandparents get stuck in the sadness and sorrow. Any comments on that, Jackie, before I let you go, since you brought up this book about Monica? Because I think we forget that, and that's the unfortunate thing. You don't want parents to be paralyzed by what happens with their kids. What do you say, Jackie?
My mother, who's in heaven now, used to tell her friends that had this problem, you keep praying for your children, and they come home. They will come home. And I've seen so much of that happening now within my family with several relatives. So I just wanted to leave you all with that. The prayers do help. And if you just listen to God, you'll get some beautiful words that will tell you how to hang on to your faith. And that's all I wanted to say.
I love that, Jackie. Thank you so much for contributing to Unscripted today. Now you can get started with your weekend. And it sounds like you might be in the car, so safe traveling, safe driving. And Jackie, call us anytime, and we appreciate it so very, very much. Okay, Jackie's going to free that phone line. She gave words of wisdom. Her mother shared words that she passed on to all of us, and that's how the family works. Okay, so you are part of the Take Two family. So if you feel that tug in your spirit, and you're like, oh, do I still have time to call in for Unscripted? The answer's yes. Matt is waiting right now. So just step up. I know Marta was on the line. Marta, if you want to call back, we'll push you up to the front of the line because you were going to be next. Some others had dropped off. I understand that. You're starting to get going with your Friday. Okay, you're not listening to me, so stop what you're doing. Pull over safely to the side of the road. Put the baby down gently and make that phone call to finish January off. Let's put a nice bow and ribbon on it and put it into the past, and we start into February. I love that when we come back together again on Monday live, but I'd love to hear from you for this Unscripted. How about what favorite concert you went to? I'd still want to hear that. We heard yesterday from a dear friend of Take Two's, and they said the Eagles. They went to an Eagles concert. It was so memorable for them. I thought of many more groups that I could have shared from yesterday's show. It was fabulous. I think we should do it again because it's just one of those shows that bring us all together and we find out things about each other. And that's, again, another aspect of a good functioning family. Also, you can talk about any relationship. So please dial in right now at 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. I did bring the prayer book out. I put Tom in the prayer book. Elise, Jackie, I'd like to put your name in the prayer book. But let's hear what Samuel has to say from San Antonio, Texas, on our friends at Guadalupe Radio Network. Hi, Samuel. Welcome.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Oh, Samuel, start again. I didn't.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you clipped out for a second. You go right ahead.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. I called in, I think, January 30th. Or not January 30th, December 30th last year about Seek, and I just wanted to follow up about that, tell y'all how it was.
Tell us. We want to hear the details. Absolutely. The Seek conference that took place, we heard it was spectacular, but give us some of the inside scoop. Yeah,
so the witness of all the priests and religious and the sisters, it was amazing. I'm a convert, and so my entire family basically is Protestant or fallen away Catholic, and they came to a different event that was happening at the Gaylord there in Dallas, and they got to see so many habited brothers and sisters and priests, and just my friends. One of my good friends, Angel, he was a seminarian, and they got to, I think, talk to him for a little bit, and it's not like, it's so easy for, I guess, a lot of us to think that Catholicism and like this very rich tradition is so far away in Rome or in, some part of the country that we're not in. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just right there. Sorry, my car was messing up there for a second, but
that's okay.
It's right there. And it was so beautiful. Adoration was spectacular. They had so much, I think 5,000 Catholics there. They had 500 plus priests. And yeah, it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. So how did it impact you personally? How did it change you in a spiritual sense, Samuel?
It gave me a joy. It showed me a joy for the priesthood. I do feel called to marriage to my girlfriend, but like it really opened up that door that in the surrender to say like, God, if this is your will, like awesome. Like if it's your will that I marry Brooke, also that's so cool. It's so awesome. I'm so glad. But truly, like all I want is you. And all I desire is you. And yeah, it took me back to before I met my girlfriend. When I was like, yeah, if I'm single for the rest of my life, Lord, like that's okay. As long as I have you in the Eucharist and I get to receive you every Sunday and every day, if I can make it to Mass, like I am there. And it gave her the same thing. But yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. She interviewed to be a missionary for 3 weeks up in Dallas with Christ in the City, and prayers that she gets that, and yeah, wow, I love her. She's just amazing, my girl.
Oh yeah, so Brooke got that same kind of just that jolt from the Holy Spirit. Did you guys feel it? Have you stayed on that kind of retreat high for a while?
Yeah, we did. Lately, it's been tough. I feel like God's been giving me tests to see if I'm ready for the next part of my life. And I'd be lying to say it was easy. There's a lot of times where I would go to the University Catholic Center at UTSA where I go to school and just like stay there for like 5 hours. My truck was it needs a new like computer that's going to cost like thousands of dollars, and not months, but like weeks in the mechanic. And God has kind of stripped away some of my self-reliance and allowed me the opportunity to rely on Him. And it's tough, but it's worth it ultimately.
Wow. So you called a month ago, and I remember your call exactly, and thank you so much for following up, and you took our invitation, and we really appreciate it. You're a great family member, Samuel. But just for our brand new listeners, because we have new listeners pretty much every time we do the show, your age and Brooke's age, because you guys are young. How old are you guys?
I'm 24, and she'll be turning 24 on the 18th of this month. This next month.
Okay. And that's what I love. And that's what I want you to share with the world, because so many people say, oh, the young folks of today, they're not interested in all this that you have to offer in the Catholic Church. That's not what that is just so untrue. And that's what the demons want us to think. They want us to think that the church is dying. The church is not dying. It's alive and well. And you, Samuel and Brooke and the others in your generation, you're going to be leading the charge. It's going to be amazing. What do you say to other young folks out there?
Find community. If you're a young lady, find other young ladies that are deep in their faith. If you're a young man, find other young men who are deep in their faith. Don't be scared in class, especially in a secular university or even unfortunately, some of these Catholic and name-only universities. Don't be scared to have stickers on your water bottle that say your faith. Wear shirts that say your faith. Be unapologetically Catholic and know how to defend your faith with love, not with I'm right and you're wrong, but with, hey, I found this beautiful thing. It's brought me so much love and so much peace. I want to share it with you because I love you. And don't be afraid. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid.
Amen. Amen. You are awesome, Samuel. Tell Brooke we said hello, and we've got you. I put you again in the prayer book. So just know that we love when you call us. So check in with us for sure and keep giving us those words of wisdom. Okay.
I will. Thank you so much. I'll be praying for y'all. Please pray for me.
Absolutely. Thank you. That was a great call from Samuel from San Antonio, Texas, listening on the Guadalupe Radio Network. Okay, if you feel a prompting of the Spirit, you still have time to call in, just like Eric did from Houston, Texas, and we'll get to him next. But I just wanted to share with everyone a Bible in a year, catechism in a year. Every night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Father Mike Schmitz guides you through the entire Bible and the Catechism of the Catholic Church in 365 episodes. If you've ever wanted to understand what it means to be Catholic and allow those truths to shape your life, this is for you. And it certainly is. Absolutely. Just remember, coming up on Monday is Whom or What Are You Praying For? So I'll keep the prayer book out all weekend long, so we're ready to go on Monday. And also, too, don't forget the Spirit World is open forum tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. And you can ask any questions about angels, demons, anything in between. Adam and I are more than willing to entertain all sorts of situations and scenarios that are happening to people. If people are, feeling odd things or things that are going on in their house, or people bringing strange foods to their house and all sorts of stuff, you can ask the questions tomorrow. That's awesome for open forum for the Spirit World. But today we're finishing up the January Unscripted. I can get to 3 or 4 more calls. So if you have something you want to share with the world, that concert that you always remembered you went to, or one that you missed. Maybe you missed a concert and you're like, oh, I wish I had gone to that concert. Now that person is no longer performing. You can share that with us as well. If you have a relationship or if you have an experience like a retreat or a pilgrimage, please share it with us. If you have a praise report, or if you have something you want me to add to the prayer book, 833-288-EWTN. That's 833-288-3986. Please don't wait any longer. Okay, I can squeeze in a few more calls, and I'd love to hear from you. And if you feel that little nudge and you're thinking, that's me she's talking to, okay, call in. Matt's waiting to answer your call. Eric called in from Houston, Texas on Guadalupe Radio Network. Hi, Eric. Welcome.
Hi, Debbie. I met you and Adam here in Texas at the Flight Museum a couple of years back in the series y'all had, and we really enjoyed the show. 4 of my sisters and 2 nieces went, so we enjoyed the show.
Yes,
but I was
Eric.
listening to your show the other night about the concerts. Mm-hmm. And there was one thing that one guy talked about, that he went to go see Elvis Presley. And my brother went to go see Elvis Presley at a rodeo here in Houston. But I don't know if anybody knows about this, but he sang a song, Elvis Presley sang a song called The Miracle of the Rosary. Mm-hmm. And when I heard it, I was kind of stunned because I didn't think he would, he's Baptist, and I didn't think that he'd sing a song about the Rosary. But it was written back in 1971, 71, and it was off the 1972 album Elvis Now, and it was written by Lee Denson. He was a close friend of Elvis's and his first guitar teacher. So somebody wants to listen to this beautiful song.
Eric, I've always been a big Elvis, follower, just because I was fascinated by his family, his life. I shared yesterday that, he was a twin, and Lisa Marie Presley, God rest her soul, and Priscilla Presley, their story, their love story and everything. And I read many things on Elvis, and they was talking about how he really loved gospel music. And I had heard about this The Miracle of the Rosary song. I've heard about other more Catholic songs that he liked to perform. And I have to tell you, I don't think I've ever heard it. So I'm going to look it up after the show. But it's so interesting, Eric, as you were speaking. Many people that aren't Catholic, Neil Diamond being one of them, he put out one of the best, Christmas songs, and he's not Christian, right? And I believe he's Jewish. I'm almost positive, Neil Diamond. I could be wrong, but somebody could correct me. But it's interesting how many performers will appreciate and love Christian type music or Catholic specific, right? Music. And it's fascinating to me. And what that tells me, Eric, is that we need to pray for our Protestant brothers and sisters, in the sense because they are drawn to it. And why are you drawn to something like that? Because there's something inside of you that that there's a truth there, and you want to explore that. See, we are made for God. We are drawn to that, and it's fascinating to me. I mean, I think of Freddie Mercury from Queen, who wrote the song on Jesus. Okay, and there's others. I mean, these are people that did not practice. They didn't any way identify with Catholicism or anything like that, and yet they're performing and writing songs and they're putting their heart into it as they're singing. Obviously, they're very talented, but it's fascinating to me. What that tells me is how we are designed, how our soul is in us, in the sense that is constantly searching for every aspect of God. What do you say, Eric?
I think that's a prime example of God's gift to Elvis or all these entertainers. He gave him a gift to sing this song, especially about the Rosary, and it's to get people to think about it, and go back and listen to a religious song, and you think about religious things, you think about church just by that song, and it makes you stop and think. And I think that was God-given gift to him, the gift of voice, and to produce this song and make this song, sing this song. And it was just pretty nice to hear, Elvis come up with a song like that. I know there's others out there too that are trying to come up with stuff like that, but it was just nice to hear it. And then I heard, your listener talking about Elvis, and it just sprang up that conversation, here at the office. And I thought about it, and I said, man, did y'all know that Elvis sang a song about the Rosary? Yeah. And people look at me kind of strange. It was kind of strange, but it was nice to hear it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much for reminding us and sharing that with us. I'm gonna listen to it right after the show. Eric, you are so awesome, and thank you for being there in Houston when Adam and we want to get back to Houston for sure. We had such a blast.
Oh, I had bought a bunch of tickets, and if you ever come back, I'm going to buy more and bring all my sisters and some brothers with me. But we really enjoyed it.
Oh, good.
And I still enjoy your show on Saturday mornings, too.
Oh, thank you. Well, call us anytime. And thank you so much. You really brightened my day. I appreciate it. And God bless you. And call us again for sure. And thank you for telling us that. We already got some alerts coming in saying they're gonna pull up the song from Elvis. That is awesome. Thank you, Eric. Okay, I'm going to get to David. David's a first-time caller from Illinois on WSOG. David, hold on. I just wanted to share. I just got another alert. Yes, Neil Diamond is in fact Jewish, and he wrote that beautiful Christmas album, or he sang. He didn't write the album. He sang the Christmas songs in that beautiful album. And yeah, see, this is my point. A lot of these non-Christians and non-Catholic performers are drawn to what we have to offer in Catholicism. It's very interesting. That's why I've heard Dr. Scott Hahn say it and others say it, that if you are Protestant, if you're a non-denominational Christian, if you really go deep into Scripture, if you really go deep into your faith and you really are searching, you will ultimately come back to Holy Mother Church, the Catholic Church. It's incredible. I love it. Okay, let's hear what David has to say. First-time caller from Illinois. Hi, David, welcome.
Hey, hello. Thank you so much. This is out of character for me, but it's good to listen to you. I got to tell you from the beginning, I got a good friend, Deacon Dan O'Connor here from Peru, Illinois, and he can't say enough about you. When we have our prayer groups, he's always mentioning you and loves how you write down the prayers for everyone. Just wanted to pass that along.
Thank you.
Years and years ago, and I can't even tell you, probably in the 70s, we're in Aspen, Colorado. Just a buddy and I traveled up there from the Midwest, and turns out there's a concert at the bottom of the ski slope. It's during the summer, and who it is was John Denver and Jimmy Buffett. And how they do this is you pay to get in, all this stuff, and it just takes forever to get back because you're on a little trail. And it's called a Deaf Camp Picnic. It's all for the community, kids and everything. They're all packed in there, and we're getting outside, beautiful day. And it was really cool because I didn't know Jimmy Buffett's music that much. John Denver I knew. But John Denver came in on a motorcycle, and one of his last concerts, I think. But it was a fun time, and it was great because what they did for the deaf, for the people with impaired hearing, they had signing on each side, people up there, translating in the music. What was kind of funny, and I don't want to get into details on this, but he has who was it? I think it was Jimmy Buffett. He had a song, and it said, "Let's get drunk and do something." And you wouldn't believe what was going on, how they're signing this thing at the side. It was fun when I was young, but it's kind of off color now.
Mm-hmm. And when was this? Well, how long ago was this, David?
I'm thinking we're probably 20 years old, maybe 21 years old. So it had to be about 35 years ago or so.
David, let me ask you a question real quickly. What would you say to people who are choosing concerts today? Because, the music has definitely changed, even more so, more graphic and vulgar and all sorts of things in the lyrics. What would you say to young people who are trying to choose a night out for entertainment? I'm just curious. What would you say to them?
Good question. I would say that... and like us, I really didn't know the music that well, but why put yourself in front of that? Why do that? Listening to your show, people listen to concerts and to classical music, and when you listen to music, like you said earlier, it's all about the beauty of God that He's giving us an opportunity to draw closer to Him. Why would you want to go and listen to music that just turns your head around just listening to this vulgarness? So, use better choices on that. Do something that you can remember and have good memories, not bad.
I totally agree. I'm right with you. This idea that when what you're going to consume, what you're going to absorb is gonna stay with you. You want to bring good things in so that good things can go out into the world. David, thank you so much. Call us again anytime. You were a first-time caller, but you're definitely gonna hopefully call us again. You were a great call to finish the Unscripted. Charles in Odessa, Texas. I'm going to invite you to call back on Monday for the Whom or What Are You Praying For? And I already put your your son in the prayer book, because the conversation has to do with your son dating a divorced Jehovah's Witness. I really want to talk to you, Charles. I just watched a program on Jehovah's Witnesses. Please call back on Monday. I put them in the prayer book, and we can talk about it. It's whom or what are you praying for on Monday. Thank you so much to the show team, Matt, Michael, and Rich, doing a great job. Thank you to all the affiliates carrying the show live. You do such a great service. You give us a chance, the lay faithful, to come together in community. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to tune into the Spirit World. I'll catch you guys on Monday. Until then, have a beautiful and blessed weekend. See you real soon.
Hi, this is Dr. David Anders from EWTN's Called to Communion. I want to let you know that I've joined the staff at Stand Tall Life Coaching. If you're struggling to put the Catholic faith into practice because of habitual sin, family or relationship problems, or other personal or theological issues, I'm offering help. Reach out to me at my website, drdavidanders.com, or at standtalltoday.com.
The Global Catholic Network.
This is EWTN Radio.
Dr. Ray Garindi brings a fun approach to dealing with problems. The Doctor is next on EWTN Radio.
Hi, this is Cy Kellett from Catholic Answers Live.
This is Jerry Usher from Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
This is Colleen Kelly Mast.
This is Dr. David Anders.
The most trusted Catholic